I'm kind of curious to learn more about that. So when you sign up a facility, like typically how many nurses are they looking for and like what's the frequency of that like?
It can really vary. We have some facilities that, and it's really like the other thing that's really interesting I think about Medley, which is also very similar to Grubhub, is like Medley is a national product. We're in most major markets, but we're really like each market is really its own business. Like the dynamic, like, because if you're an ICU nurse in LA, like that doesn't help us in Houston or Miami or New York. Like we need to also have like a good roster of ICU nurses like in those markets if those are the kinds of jobs that are being posted there. So, in the 15 months I've been here, we've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out how do we slice and dice our data to really kind of understand the performance at that level, because there are different, you need to pull different levers in different scenarios. Sometimes we have an excess of jobs being posted and we don't really have enough professionals in that market. So we have to figure out how do we get more ICU nurses in Dallas? So like, let's go do that. Whereas like in Nashville, like they might be the reverse. Like we might have very few ICU jobs being posted and we have a lot of ICU nurses signed up. So now the ICU nurses are logging into Medley and they're checking for work opportunities and they're not seeing anything. So they're getting frustrated that they thought they were signing up for this platform that would give them a lot of opportunities. And in the reality in that moment is like, they're not seeing that. So it's like, in a labor marketplace, like it's really important to have that balance. Whereas like in Grubhub, like, of course you want to have restaurants and you want to have selection, but like, you don't have the same thing where it's like, well, I only eat hamburgers and there are no hamburgers available in Los Angeles. Like that's like very unlikely to be a scenario. So our big focus is, how do we make sure that we can have the right balance, and try to ensure that a facility has a great experience. So to get back to your question, some facilities might only post like a couple jobs a week, and some facilities might post dozens of jobs every day. And we need to be able to satisfy those demands, because like I said, like the impact of not filling that job for a facility is that it's going to have to be rescheduled, or like there's a surgery that's going to be rescheduled. So like there's a sort of a chain of inconvenience that happens that you don't want that to happen repeatedly.